Like, well, I'm lucky I married Nicole. I'm like, you could stop right there. So anyway, I know Joseph is joyful for his wife, and I'm joyful for you guys. This is the grand finale of Crazy for Christmas for the season.
Yay.
So, and I didn't even plan that it was a joyful bag.
Very appropriate.
Very appropriate, but I guess in honor of Joy Mangano's momentous day, if you get social with us, what woman inspires you in your life, whether it's the Christmas season or not? I guess your wife has to be on the list.
100% my wife,
Especially
Nicole.
if she's watching.
Yes, she is. 100%. It is her.
All right. Well, something else that we are joyful for is HP. They are our number one brand here at HSN. And not only that, that means they do things for us they do not do for anybody else. To include our Better Than a Black Friday deal. Now, if you saw this, we can't assume that you watch HSN all the time, although I do. So because HP made this exclusively for HSN, they are still allowing us for the final quantities, and I don't know, do you have any other scheduled
We
areas?
have one more show, but we're getting to the point where, man, we're 15 days till Christmas.
Well, I was told Joy, see, I gotta get my Joe's, my J's. You do, but I was telling Joe earlier, I am so mad about that graphic, and I'll tell you why, because it doesn't even tell you all the good stuff that you'll get.
So many extras.
There's so many extras. So I'm gonna turn it over to Joe here in just a few minutes, but just so you know, you are, and correct me if I'm wrong, just slap me, give me a noogie. So you're getting HP, you're getting the advanced Celeron, so
Correct.
the updated Celeron,
exactly.
Right? You're getting SMode, so no viruses.
No viruses ever.
Okay, oh gosh, thank you guys. So they're running through all of the features, and no kidding, I started calling people at 12 o'clock today, 12 noon. I'm not even joking about that. I sent Gab an email at 5 o'clock this morning. I'm not making any of this up. I'm like, don't they know it is Windows SMode? That means it can't catch a virus.
Exactly.
You know how you're still calling on Clean Boss, and we were talking about viruses and COVID? Can't catch a virus. It comes with Microsoft Office.
Correct.
Comes with Microsoft Office.
Every program Microsoft has created.
For a full year.
Exactly.
Now, by the way, it's already preloaded,
It's already pre-installed. We show you the box just so you can see what you get, but it is every program.
Just as a visual reference, I think that's helpful. And then this is the one that scares me.
Okay.
You know which one I'm talking about?
Well,
Joe is here to support me.
I'm here to verify what there is.
Okay, and if you were trying to get through on the this day only, and you experienced some shipping issues when you were, in the ordering process, it is all fixed now.
Oh, that's
Yay,
good.
See? Joy's like a Kardashian. She broke the internet. She blew up the phone lines, so don't hang up.
Wonderful.
But okay, Joe is here to support me. This is Joe Harrison. I'll show you the colors. Talk about support, and then I'll show them the colors.
Support's fantastic. Okay. That is also included, a special bonus that is exclusive just for HSN and QVC only. So you're getting that HP 123.
Okay. You know what, Mark? Can we show them that graphic, and then I'll show them the colors? Because I was still nervous. Because you and I talked before the show, and I'm like, is this really the one? But then I didn't see it in the graphics. I'm like, well, maybe they took that away. Because we have done that, just for the record. I mean, we really have. So.
Right. We've only done it just a handful of times, and it's really an amazing warranty. It's called HP 123. If you even go directly to HP, they don't even offer that. They only offer it for HSN and QVC, and only on just a couple of computer configurations. But the one in the HP 123 stands for 1 year of accidental damage protection. So over the course of the next year, if there's something that HP can't repair, they will replace that system for you. That alone right there could save you up to $400 because that's the cost of your computer.
So repair or replace.
Repair
or replace.
Exactly.
And then that 2-year smart friend.
I love this.
That's like knowing you and you getting those texts from me, right?
That's exactly what it is. I know. People, it's like, why don't you ask me how my day is instead of asking me for tech support?
You always have to call.
You get 2 years of HP tech support. Because HP made this, like you're getting those answers. However, it's not just something's wrong with my screen or something's wrong with my keyboard. It's the how-to questions, like how do I use the webcam? How do I download apps? How do I use the fingerprint reader that's also included? We'll talk about that as well. So all your how-to questions for the next 2 years, we have you covered. And then the third one is Find My HP. Because sometimes laptops walk away. It is a tracking service for your HP. So if you have a college student, it's horrible that how often computers are stolen on college campuses. This will track it. Or if you misplace it, or if you leave it in a hotel, or if you're out traveling out and about. it will tell you specifically where that is. And Shannon, it also has remote locking, so you can lock down your computer. So even if somebody has it in their possession, they can't access any files. That's coming for 3 years.
We love it. Hey, by the way, this is a 5-pay flex pay weekend. It's our last big, shopping weekend for the year. It's also one of the final days where we can guarantee delivery by Christmas for no additional cost. Yes, I shrunk because I'm older than Joe. So I asked for a chair. I'm like, listen, the old lady's going to sit when she can.
I don't know if I can get a chair.
See, I know. I told you. See, now you want it. All the cool kids are getting chairs.
I know. Now I got to stand out.
See? Well, you are outstanding in a crowd.
I appreciate it.
I might not have a Joe sweater, but I'm here to help. Okay, let me show you the colors that we have. You do get the wireless mouse, 5 flex pay weekend, and then free shipping. So that's the other thing. Guaranteed delivery by Christmas for no additional cost. That's only true, I think, Steve, for what, 2, 3, 4, I'm trying to do the math in my head. I know I got the email for a couple more days where we're guaranteeing till the 18th. That's what I thought. But we're in the final days. I mean, you want to give Santa a little help. So, but at this point, there's, all bets are off because they're definitely gone. Now you can choose it in the silver, or we've already opened this one up, that beautiful teal, it's like a peacock color.
Yeah,
this is one of we do a lot of great shows with Jay King. It looks like a sliced agate, to be sure. And then we're doing free shipping. And then finally, before I turn Joseph loose, let's show you some of the goodies that we are including. In fact, retail value, and remember, this was made for HSN and QVC, so you can't find it anywhere else, even though obviously HP, and a little thing like Microsoft, their computers and, their operating systems are sold elsewhere. It is over a $1,200 value. We are doing an apply and buy promotion, which means if you apply and get approved on that first purchase, you can take $50 off. And then we're also doing VIP financing. Now, Steve, it is on the 12-month VIP financing, correct? Okay, so it's the 12-month VIP financing on this for less than $40, like $38 and change. All right, I am going to make an unscheduled moment for myself.
Okay.
Does that I'm turning you loose. Do I trust you? Do I dare trust you? I trust you more than I trust myself, and that's actually the truth.
We're in great hands then.
It's true. And here's Joe.
Well, one of the great things about this computer is probably you're sitting at home thinking, my computer is 4 or 5 years old. Why is it so slow? Why is it so hot? Why do I get a short battery life? Well, we're going to answer all those questions why you want to upgrade to this one. First off, it starts off with who HP is, and they're the #1 PC manufacturer here at HSN, but also across America. And as you listen to this presentation, it just keeps adding more and more technology that's going to make your life better. And the first thing you're going to notice is that this has an Intel Celeron processor that's built on the inside. So Intel is the #1 processor manufacturer on the planet. However, there are 2 types of processors. They have processors for desktops, they have processors for laptops. Most companies will put a desktop processor inside of a computer. It generates a lot of heat, weighs a lot, it's very short battery life. This one specifically is designed for laptops, so it's actually going to extend your battery life. We've reduced the weight, and it actually is designed around multimedia, because you think about how many websites do you visit or go on YouTube or Netflix, or you go on Disney Plus and you're watching all that great content. This is designed for that type of multimedia. We weren't really doing that 5 years ago. We're doing it on every site that we visit. That is going to be a big, big game changer. So it gives you desktop type power. However, it's designed to be inside of a laptop. Second piece is, how much RAM do we have? Microsoft recommends 2 gigabytes worth of memory. We are giving you 4 gigabytes worth of memory. So now you see on my screen here, I've got photos up and running. I've got a video game playing. I'm on hsn.com. I've got Microsoft Excel. I've got, there's Word down there below. I've got all these different programs, and as soon as I click on it, it instantly reacts, because I don't just have 2 gigs, I've got 4 gigs worth of RAM. So I'm not just a 2022 computer. I'm doing this, really designed this one for the future. And I can even pull up the live video feed on hsn.com, that's us. So now I've got all these different things, and as soon as I click on it, it instantly responds because I've got twice as much memory. The other thing is, okay, every one of these programs, they all take up space. I've got to store them somewhere. This has a solid state hard drive in it, 128 gigabytes worth of memory, which is plenty for a lot of us. But because it's solid state, it actually helps the processor, it helps the RAM. There's no moving parts to it whatsoever, so it allows me, if I want to access my photos, I instantly click on the photos, and it instantly responds to every single click that I want because it's lightning fast, because there's no moving parts in that hard drive. This is a really big game changer, having a solid state hard drive. This alone will actually extend the life of your computer. Because if you ever pick up your computer, or you hear it, when you first turn it on, it sounds like that's that race car right there. It's gonna take off on you. It sounds like there's a rocket ship. It's got that fan noise, it's a motor noise. It's actually spinning about 5,000 times a minute before it can access those files. So that's what you hear out of those traditional hard drives. Well, that generates a lot of heat. That reduces the battery, because now we've got to run all these extra motors. But when you have a solid state hard drive, there's no moving parts. It's like one of those memory cards that you put inside of your digital camera, and it ends up being quieter, it ends up being more lightweight, it actually ends up being more battery efficient for you too. But the biggest benefit is, because you're not waiting on the hard drive to spin, it boots up faster. Turns on faster, accesses your files faster. You will instantly see a big increase in performance just because you went to solid state versus a traditional hard drive. Here's the downside to it. It used to be that solid state hard drives were like 4 and 5 times the cost of a traditional laptop. Now they're starting to plateau where you're getting the even cost. So now we're able to build this on here. So that really gives us that performance because, again, you're able to access those files faster. I just click and it instantly responds right there. And keep in mind, I'm doing this with all these other programs that are running at the same time. The other thing you're going to love when you first get this is when you hit the start menu, you're going to see the start menu is now in the middle. This is the brand new version of Windows 11, but not just regular Windows 11. This is Windows 11 in SMode. So you love Windows 11 because it organizes your life, and you can see the icons on the bottom. As I start to use different programs more and more, it automatically adjusts those icons because it knows that, oh, I'm going to be on Microsoft Excel, so put it down there, or I'm using Microsoft Word, or I'm always on the internet. It always moves those around. It creates its own speed dial just for you. But it's not just Windows 11. Because it's Windows 11 in S mode, you can only download programs from the Windows Store. And I love this because Microsoft has checked every program that's available on here. Now, there are a tremendous amount of programs. There's actually over 1 million different apps and games and books and movies right here at your fingertips. It's stuff that we love, like Netflix and iTunes. And there's also Spotify. There's TikTok and Instagram. There's Amazon Music. Do you have an iTunes account? No problem. You can download that as well. It's Candy Crush. It's all of our games. Roblox that most kids love to play. My kids love to play it one for hours. My mom loves to play the slot machine, and you can play the slot machine right here.
Did you say the big one, the XE?
I did not say that one yet.
Okay.
So it's coming up.
Okay. Hey, thanks a lot, Smith. Spoiler alert.
But the nice thing about being able to download right from here is Microsoft checks every one of these programs, and they make sure there's no viruses, no Trojans, no malware, no rootkits, nothing that is going to harm your system or steal your identity. And that's a big deal because—
Harm your system or steal your identity.
Well, in Shannon, in 2019, the #1 way to have your identity stolen was a virus that is on your computer. But now you don't have to pay $30, $40, $50, whatever you do every single year for your antivirus. It's already built in with that extra layer of security. And by the way, Microsoft does sell Windows S mode, but only on 5% of computers.
Oh, no kidding.
So it is a premium feature in order to get it. So Shannon, as we look at the whole thing, we're giving you the #1 processor manufacturer, the #1 operating system from Microsoft, the #1 when it comes to manufacturing here in the United States, and you also have that antivirus security. But because it's Windows 11, kind of put all that together, we're giving you this tremendous experience. And I really love Windows 11. If you had Windows 10, they've taken a lot of the great features of that and just made it even better. The first thing you're going to notice, like I mentioned, is that start menu. Pops up right in the center. Makes it super easy to search. You can search by name. You can search by file type, you can search by photo, it all finds it right there. Also different themes, you can have daylight themes, nighttime themes, so really adapting for you. You can also break the screen now up to 6 different modes, truly allowing for multitasking, because we're always doing a couple things at once. Also, if anyone has a Windows computer, and that's roughly about 200 million people that have Windows computers, you can access and talk with them, you can chat with them, you can use the webcam to interact with them as well. There's that program bar on the bottom that automatically adapts apps. So as you're using programs more and more, you'll see that, oh, the computer's learning what I love, and it finds it right there. And then on top of that, this is the Xbox One right here. This actually qualifies for Xbox Game Pass. So if you have an Xbox, and usually you're spending $500 or $600 on just the Xbox alone because you need all this power on the system, you can actually play your Xbox games right here on your Windows or your HP computer. So what you do, Shannon, is you log into your Xbox account on your brand new HP. All your games will be right there because they store games digitally now. And then you're able to access it and play it. So this becomes another gaming center for you.
It does indeed. I'm going to take a little twirl around the studio here in just a few moments. But you know, to that end, it's like you're taking your Xbox with you, or the potential to have your Xbox. It's like a portable Xbox. Like Joe said, you just log into your existing account, and then Grandma and Grandpa's house, upstairs, downstairs, wherever that controller is, doesn't matter, because this does double duty. The whole idea is, if you're thrifty like I am, it is a monster of a machine for this price. And that's the thing that we need to keep going back to. And I really appreciate the team for rotating through what I thought were the most important things about this that you don't see in the graphics, to include, yes, don't worry about viruses, to include Microsoft Office inside. Don't look for the box. They've already done the heavy lifting. They've already loaded it for you. We just like to show you that because it's a great little visual. Because you go to any store in America, first of all, when we ask for HP, you're asking for the elite. You're asking for the #1 laptop and computer manufacturer in America. So #1, you're already looking at your dream machine. #2, all of those, if purchased separately, you got to remember that's over $1,000 or almost $1,000 off retail. So if we look at our retail price of $1,200, it's almost $1,000 off.
Oh yeah.
But bear in mind, all of these goodies that I'm obsessed with and wish were in that top line, you would spend extra for. There is not a store in the world, I don't care if it's the Bullseye or the W or whatever, you know, wherever you're shopping, you want service. And Mark, maybe we can show that again, and I'll have Joe talk to that again. But you have to understand, they say, oh, you want drop protection, ma'am, here's your fee. Oh, you want technical support. They farm it out to somebody else, not HP.
Right.
Okay, we'll charge you. I mean, what is it? $200 a year, $300 a year? I mean, seriously, you do the math. And then, I don't know where I put my car keys. They can find your computer. Joe, let's describe that again, because Steve, which color is going to sell out first? I'm guessing maybe, I keep calling it the peacock. It's teal in the system, but it is like a peacock. Yes and yes, he says. Silver and then that peacock. Let's go back to what I keep calling the added value, because once more,
it's a big deal.
It is a big deal, and that's why I was so mad about those graphics.
Like, did they take it out of it? No, it's still there. And it's, you know, it doesn't matter if you're buying a computer, a refrigerator, you're buying a sewing machine. There's always these extra warranties that sound fantastic until you hear what the cost is, and you're like, well, I don't know if it's really justified. It is unbelievable what we're doing in this price, because just the 1-year accidental damage alone, if you drop your computer, if it gets stepped on, if you spill something on the screen, accidents happen. You have one mulligan in the next year. If HP can't repair it, they will replace your system. When you see the cost of the system match, that's $400 worth of savings in that one feature alone. But then we always have questions. Like, the #1 thing that people search on YouTube is how-to videos. Now you have somebody to ask all your how-to questions, and because they manufacture the computer, they can answer all those questions for you. I'll show you about the fingerprint reader. A lot of people are asking, how do I set up the fingerprint reader? We'll show you that in a few minutes. Really cool how easy that's going to be. The third piece is we have a tracking system on your HP. So if your HP picks up and walks away, somebody takes it, you leave it somewhere, this will constantly ping the internet, tell you specifically where it is, and then you can lock it down, you can go retrieve it, you can find it, you can shut it down. It has 3 years worth of HP tracking system built into it. You can't buy any of this support, not even directly from HP. You can only get it here at HSN and at QVC. But down there in the bottom corner, that little square, that's a fingerprint reader. Now, passwords, they're requiring them to be so difficult now with different characters, and uppercase and lowercase can't be the same one you used 6 times ago. So what ends up happening is you kind of start using the same password for a lot of your different websites. That's bad, because your email password shouldn't be the same as your credit card password. But now you can create the most ridiculous password you will never remember, but you have your finger. Your finger allows you to get in. And Aaron just showed you how simple it was right there. We're going to lock the system down one more time, and really it can be any finger that you want, your thumb, your index finger, your pinky finger. If you have somebody else who's living with you, they can put their finger and it allows them to access it. Now watch, the computer shut down. Aaron's going to unlock it here with that little finger over the square, and that'll get you in. So now that becomes your password for your email. That becomes your password for your credit card. That becomes your password to get into your computer. And I love this feature too, Shannon, is that there's 4 of us in my family, and we all have different things that we love, different apps. So if I use my finger and open my computer, it has all my apps. My wife comes back, she puts her finger on there, it opens all her apps, or all her documents. Really makes it simple. But Shannon, going back to that support, that bonus, you have 2 years of that technical support. You can call them up and say, how do I set up my fingerprint? They will walk you through for the next 2 years any question you have.
And remember, you are not spending extra for that. By the way, you're taking the power of a desktop. You're going, desktop? I remember those. That's what I used to sell with Joe Harrison when he first started here at HSN. But you're taking the power of a real computer, a desktop computer with you wherever you go. That could be upstairs, that could be downstairs. By the way, speaking of power, it is just back in stock. I begged for this to be in my show. My pick of the entire night also happens to be coming up with Joe Harrison. I actually, decades ago, I've been here almost 30 years ago, and Steve, I know you remember this because Steve's been around really as long as I have. Yes, I mean, we used to talk about telescopes every single year. The telescopes were the gift of the season. I mean, they really were. So if you want to start calling on that early, I think we've got fewer than 2,000 of those to go around. So 831-284, ask about that. 5 flex pay and free shipping. I guess the whole point here is you take the power of the desktop with you wherever you go. You get the freedom of choice because remember, for that accidental drop protection, if they can't repair it, they replace it. If they can't repair it, they replace it. All things, you know, my body should work so well. If they can't repair it, can you replace it? I got a lot of places they could start. Or if it's just about your smart friend, you don't need to be texting Joe Harrison in the middle of the night. HP literally pays for a team of HP experts. HP hires HP experts to answer your phone call for 2 years. And then of course that as Helen calls it, LoJack for your computer. You might not be able to find your mind or your car keys, but they can find your laptop. This is better than a today's special. It really is an encore, if you will, and we are doing it only as long as supplies last. At least at this point, there's only one more scheduled airing. You choose it in the silver or in, I keep calling it the sliced agate teal, because that's what it looks like. Joe, I'd like you to do what I like call the highlight reel for people.
Sure.
Before I do that, though, because you're coming up next hour, I forgot to ask you my most important question.
Okay.
Did Aaron Berger request to have the night off? Is that how this all happened?
No.
Is he refusing to work with me now?
No. Aaron Berger has the flu.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, poor little buggers at home right now.
Sweet baby.
Yeah,
I want
lots
to
of
go
chicken
take
soup
some
and
chicken.
lots of
I
nap.
know. Oh, I've got bourbon cherries. I feel like dropping them off at Aaron's house. All right. Well, the cherry on top are all the top features.
It's great to be here, you know, especially when you start talking about all the different ports that are built into this. We want to make sure you can connect everything that you have. So when you see this HP, first off, it's a 15-inch display. It is the most popular screen size that's out there. We have 2 USB ports that are on the left side. There's an HDMI port that's on the other side. Notice that battery life, over 10 hours of battery. That is incredible. I can't talk on my cell phone for more than 2 hours, and my cell phone's dead. This one, you get 10 hours of constant use. The whole thing itself, it only weighs 3.75 pounds, extremely lightweight. Also has that full-size keyboard that is backlit, so it's like a street lamp for every single key. Now on the inside of this, there's gonna be Intel high-definition graphics. You've got 4 gigabytes worth of memory, twice as much as what Microsoft recommends. That powerful processor from Intel, designed around multimedia, what we love. Those 3 things alone, that's what helps get you that 10-hour battery life. You see another USB port that's on the edge, plus that HDMI, so you can connect this to a television and then have this be your entertainment unit. There's a memory card reader, headphone jack, fingerprint reader built into it as well. What you don't see is there's fast Wi-Fi that is on the inside, and then it's a HP fast charge. I love this because In 45 minutes, you have a 50% battery life. So if you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, I forgot to charge my HP. By the time you eat, brush your teeth, take a shower, get ready, in 45 minutes, you have a 5-hour battery that is built into it. Let me jump in and talk about another thing we haven't shown you, which is Microsoft Office. So as you see, I've got Excel open on one side of the screen. I've got Microsoft Word on the other side of the screen. I have two 8.5 by 11